Welcome to Gone in 60 Seconds. Now, I thought it would be really important to just jump on because we've had an update on the Motability scheme. Yes, the Motability scheme in the UK, which means that you can exchange a part of your disability allowance for a car lease payment effectively, and there has been a big update from Motability today, so I thought it was important to jump on to give you the latest news. If you want more like this, please do subscribe to the channel because I'll keep doing updates as and when things happen, and of course when the new price lists drop every quarter. But today is some very big news, and it's just come up as an official now press release from Motability. So I'm just going to quickly run through it with you to explain to you what the changes are and how they might affect you if you're looking for your next car, or if you've got one and you want to get the same again. If your change is coming up, then you're going to want to know more about this. So first of all, it has been announced that from 2035 there is a commitment that half of all vehicles leased through the Motability scheme are going to be built in Britain, which is a massive thing and obviously very, very beneficial to the UK economy. You can see why that commitment has been made, purely because that is then putting that lease money directly back into the UK manufacturing. The fact that it's from 2035 gives them 10 years to ramp up, and of course gives them a chance for other manufacturers who maybe don't have the engineering plants in the UK to consider getting involved and getting at least some of their cars built here in the UK so that they can continue to stay on the Motability scheme. Think of a lot of Chinese cars maybe coming over at the moment, doing very, very well in the UK market. They're going to need to start building some here if they're going to want to keep doing the numbers, because Motability accounts for a massive percentage of all new cars rolling off the production lines and coming to UK customers. The other thing is a refocus of what cars are available on the scheme. So some premium brands, so premium badges such as Alfa Romeo, Audi, BMW, Lexus and Mercedes, all the cars from those brands have been taken off of the price list, been removed completely. Also, all coupe and convertible cars from other manufacturers have also been removed. So it's a very big change. Lots of cars have now been removed. Now they too tend to be higher cost vehicles with fairly decent upfront payments on them, but they're going to take them off completely so that they are focused on more practical cars, I think is the way they're phrasing it. Yeah, essential practical mobility, they say. They're keen to point out there is still absolutely loads of choice on the scheme. There's still more than 840 vehicles on the Motability scheme available from over 30 different manufacturers. So there are absolutely loads of cars to choose from. Around 40 vehicles with no advance payment and over 100 vehicles with less than £500 advance payment are available on the scheme. Now I've got another video going through the list of all cars that have a zero upfront payment, a zero advance payment. So if you wanted to have a look through the current price list and see what's available with nothing to pay up front, then go and have a look at that video, because that gives you all of those on the current price list. And the price list runs in quarters, so the current price list is October, November, December, quarter 4, and then the next price list will come out in January for January, February, March, quarter 1, 2026. And I think we'll see some big changes coming in that January price list. Now there are loads and loads of other rumours about taxes and changes and everything going in the budget. The budget is obviously with us tomorrow as I'm recording this. That is all based on speculation, and I don't believe anything else is going to come out in the budget about this, and that's why they've tried to move to bring this press release today. And you can understand why they're trying to bring that refocus. One thing they're also very keen to point out is that if you wanted a Mercedes Sprinter, for example, that is adapted for certain types of wheelchair, because you need something that big and that particular type of vehicle is able to carry those adaptations, you would still be able to order an option, something like that. So just because the brand has been taken off the scheme, there are particular vehicles that carry certain modifications and that only those vehicles can have those modifications. They will still be available. So if you need a particular wheelchair accessible vehicle or whatever, they will still be made available in the right circumstances. So if that is your situation, you don't need to panic or worry about that. If you currently have an Audi, a BMW, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo on the scheme, then when your time comes, your 3 years is up and you have to send that back, you will not be able to order the same again. You won't be able to order from those brands again. You will have to pick something from the current price list at the time. If you've placed an order for a BMW, Audi, Mercedes, etc. prior to today, so the 25th of November 2025, if you've ordered one before, the order will still be fulfilled. So that's fine, but you won't be able to order one tomorrow. So if you try to order one tomorrow on the 26th, you will not be able to do so. So it's that simple. The cutoff has been announced today and it is effective from today. So tomorrow you won't be able to order the Mercedes. And I know a lot of people will think that this is a good thing because it keeps the focus of the scheme, and it's become a little bit of a political football, I think. People in certain newspapers and radio stations complaining because someone with a disability is able to exchange some of their allowance for a premium car. What they're not bearing in mind, however, and this is the important factor, is that the premium brands and the more expensive cars are funded really through the bigger upfront payment that you put down. So you're still putting down the big money to afford that car, just as you would with any other lease. If you're in the market for a lease car without being on Mobility, then without being on Motability, then you're still going to be in the same situation, aren't you? You know, if you want a premium car, you're going to have to put the money down. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a misstep there with some of the way things are reported, etc. But this does, I suppose, calm down the politicising of the scheme, which can only be a good thing. One thing to point out, as I said earlier, is that this scheme does pretty much prop up the UK new vehicle industry. A massive amount, a massive percentage of brand new cars in the UK are funded through this scheme. So if you were to just cull it completely, it would put dealers out of business, it would change the landscape of the market completely. And of course, all those new manufactured vehicles in the UK would be gone also. So it's really important, and actually the way that they've structured this by saying half will be UK built is going to really benefit UK workers. It's really going to benefit manufacturers that are committed to building in Britain too. So I absolutely understand those, and I think that's really good. It'll benefit people like Nissan, who've got a really big factory here, and I think there are really good points to this. So that's your news, that's your update today. As I say, really important breaking news that I wanted to share with you quickly and as quickly as possible. So hopefully that's helped. If you've got any questions, pop them in the notes below and we'll try and get back to you as quickly as we can. If you've got any videos you'd like to see, such as cars that are going to be like 7-seater vehicles on the Motability scheme, or cars from particular manufacturers, we can obviously go and create those as well. So please do get in touch in the comments section below and subscribe to the channel for any latest updates on the scheme. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.